American homeowners sell and move on average about every 10 years. Now, a person that's been in their home for 30 plus years might not quite understand that phenomenon, but I know this for sure. Even their day to sell will come. So, with that, here are the top 15 reasons why people sell and move. Number one is simply their home is too small. Many first time home buyers, which typically have a smaller home to begin with, find themselves in this position. Number two would be to upgrade. I mean, typically people want what they don't have. And so if changes in one's life allows for a larger, more expensive, maybe a more luxurious home, some people go ahead and are attracted to that. It's kind of, after all, our American way. Number three would be to fix a purchase error. Some people feel that they probably bought the wrong house and they thought they could live with certain things, and they want to go ahead and rectify that. So maybe they thought they would be okay without a backyard. But today they want a garden, or that wonderful, beautiful, lovely formal dining room really after year three is just kind of being used to fold laundry. And that would be kind of a scenario. Number four would be a job transfer. Relocating makes it necessary to go ahead and pull up roots and move, simply because the commuting, typically folks find if they have to drive more than 1 hour in one direction towards work, they're just not willing to go ahead and dedicate 2 hours of every day towards commuting, sitting in traffic, and they'll go ahead and relocate for that cause. Number five would be a personal relationship. So ultimately, folks, maybe moving in with their partner, or getting married, may require one of the partners to sell their home, especially if they both owned a home prior to the commitment. And then, of course, the opposite is true. Breakups can cause they can cause a sale of a home as well, as we all know. So, neighborhood changes. The neighborhood might be changing. It could be economically, it could be socially, it could be physically. Perhaps a freeway is coming in, or perhaps the next door neighbor is receiving, guests throughout all hours of the night, or perhaps hanging sheets in the windows has become the current home improvement fashion, and you want to go ahead and get out of that area, and that does happen. So number seven would be the empty nest factor, and that's simply, the kids have grown, they've moved out, and they want to hold on to the memories, but they don't necessarily want to take care of that large of a house. It's tough to keep the big house clean as we kind of get older. Next one would be number eight, would be to see family and friends more often. As we get older, it a lot of times becomes more important, and we're willing to go ahead and move towards family to stay close. And then number nine actually is the opposite. It was to see family less. Some people would move across state in order to go ahead and keep a little civility, with their family. A lot of times it's done in order to, support a spouse as well. So we see that. Number 10 would be retirement. There's a lot of active retirement communities popping up throughout the nation, and with good reason. You've got workout, you've got golf, you've got weekend social gatherings. All these for 55 and older. I know that they're very, very popular here on the or Central Coast. The next one would be health problems. Ultimately, physical ailments, for example, knees or back problems, can certainly make stairs on a two-story home more difficult. So a lot of times it just makes more sense to replace it with a single level home. The next one would be deferred maintenance. Simply put, a lot of people would opt to go ahead and sell their home and acquire a newer home because they don't want to maybe replace the siding, or replace the roof, or replace the furnace. And when you think about it, the systems in a home on average are going to last about 15 years. If you've got a lot of them coming down the pike, it might be better to just go ahead and acquire a newer home. Beyond that, house hackers. Simply put, there's a small segment of folks that do enjoy buying homes, using their extra time to go ahead and fix them up, And once all the work's done, they kind of get a little stir crazy because it's all finished, and they'll go ahead and sell that home, leverage it into another home. It does a couple of things. It's kind of a hobby. It's kind of keeps them a little bit of balance, but it certainly is a good source of income for a lot of folks as well. So next would be to actually cash in the equity. And what we see is just some owners can't stand to know that their home has just appreciated, to be worth all that money, but that money's not in their pocket. For these folks, they'd rather, look at a bank balance, if you will, than look at four walls, with empty pockets. And so for them, it's just simply about the money. And then last would be a lifestyle change. And again, this is typical, as we get older, we have maybe a notion in our mind about maybe more freedom or maybe to pursue a dream. And we view perhaps the home ownership as less important. In fact, it might even be somewhat of a ticket. That equity in the property is the ticket that would actually allow for that dream to be a reality. So there you go, the top 15 reasons that people sell and move. Thank you so much.